Greetings and welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to show you something that I was working on, which is one of these clone Eotech scopes. And this is for, I say, like a SHTF purposes. This is not trying to make this perform like an Eotech, and it's not, will this be good as a Eotech? It won't be. However, it's still some reasons why you would want to have something like this. Number one is for backup purposes. Oftentimes, whenever you have an emergency, a lot of your gear is confiscated. So, this is something that will most likely not be confiscated because it's considered essentially a toy. So, what we're just my Bluetooth talking to me till I miss time to charge it. So what we're trying to do is make something that's essentially a toy workable. What I have here is the AK Fire Eotech clone. And on the surface, it's okay, but it's primarily junk, like any of the other ones. However, this one does have a few saving graces with it. The first thing is that the mechanism that's inside of here is simple. It's basically all steel with a few exceptions, but it either goes left or right, up and down. And it's real simple to make it hold zero. I don't know if you can see inside of it, but you see there's a screw, and it's this little piece right here that holds the laser. Or sorry, not laser, LED light. The way you make that hold zero is you use thread lock, not the permanent kind. This kind is designed to be removable. That will basically make sure that the threads don't move. Now, here's the issue with some of these Eotech clones. Some of them you can just slide, like I'll show you again. This little mechanism in here, some of them can just be slid backwards and forth. This one is not like that. This one has a screw and it's threaded. And the inside piece is like brass. Therefore, the only way it will move, it has to be screwed, adjusted on either side. Now, like all these Eotech clones, the parallax is horrible, but the way that you mitigate it is whenever you do the work on it, you have to try to align the both sides so that way you can have them line up, because that's what the parallax is. Both sides are uneven. The up and down, they're not even. They're not on the same plane. So I guess that's what you would call it. So you have to adjust it. But on its own, it's okay. It's like, see, I can move the camera data up and down, and you really don't have, the parallax isn't that bad because I've already adjusted it. Let's see, can I get back in here better so you can see that's actually the wrong side. Here we go. As you can see, it's not too bad. I can move it backwards and forth, left and right, but it still needs some adjusting. But the good thing is the parallax can be adjusted out of it. One of the other things too that you have to know about these, if you want to make them perform, is you have to disassemble them. Well, you don't have to, but I would suggest you do. The wires are very thin. And the PCB, it's really flimsy. So what you want to do is you want to put some type of reinforcement on the boards and the wires. And so I've used this stuff, which worked pretty good. So when I disassemble this, I got some photos that I'll put up later on here. All of this was completely disassembled. I took out the housing on the inside, and then when I put everything back together, I sealed it with the Permatex. So this whole unit is sealed. Everything, all in the back, all in the top, and every single screw got thread lock. All of the wires were reinforced. That way, you don't have to worry about it, the recoil jarring it and it probably breaking. To the point that if I just tap on this, you can't really see it, but if I'm pointing at something and so the problem is it shows up perfectly on camera, but I mean on with the naked eye, but not so much on camera. But anyway, I can tap it and it doesn't lose zero. If you can shock it and bump it, it returns to zero pretty good. So that's what we want. I'll later show some footage of me at the range with this, but not with this video. And I'll go over a lot more in depth in this of different upgrades you can do with this. One of them will be upgrading the LED to make it a lot brighter. But that's just it. As I said, this is just something you can do for backup purposes, or if you don't have any money to purchase one of these, it's something you can use to make it work. And it's not going to be any worse than something like this that I have, a Tasco. So it's just something to let you know. It is a $30 scope. Don't pay anything. Don't pay any more than about $40 for these. They're not worth it. I don't care. They're practically all built identical. It's on the Chinese pattern. But this AK Fire is a lot better because, as I said, it's all screw mechanisms, which means if you put some thread lock on it and you lock all the parts down, they don't move. If you like this video, give me a like. If you're inclined, subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to post more about this. It's different versions and stuff I want to do. But those will be different videos later on. So with that being said, I will see you later.